mind-body connection. Again, it's all about making the most out of every single repetition, every single movement, focusing on the form.
This is one of my favorite bread tips because this morning this bread was just not doing it for me, and I'm gifting it, so I wanted it to be like nice and crunchy. But if you have bread that, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's store-bought, if it's homemade, whatever, if it's sourdough, if it's baguette, that is like a day or two old, or even probably older than that, you can just put it, literally turn your sink on, get it drenched on the outside under your sink. I mean, not drenched, but get it wet, and then pop it in the oven at 350 for like 20-ish minutes. No, not 20. Probably 10 minutes max. And it'll get like, I keep touching it because I'm like making sure it's crispy everywhere, but it'll get crispy and the inside will be fluffy. So I just think it's a really great tip, because now I do feel like this bread is giftable, whereas before I was like, I'm not obsessed. Farmer's haul before I go teach a yoga class. Blackberries, cantaloupe, the first melon of the season. One corn because we already have another one. Some green beans and some broccoli. It looks great. We are back from Logan. We had lunch there and we're heading up to the pool. Post-swim pork. We're having pork chops, a spinach Caesar, and there are some honey mustard Brussels sprouts in the oven. Made a little mug cake action, like a molten kind of lava cake action for dessert. And I think it's gonna be so good. Let's try it. Stormy morning, and trust me, not another life. Deb and I have decided we think this is the best candle ever. Cantaloupe season. Hello, you guys. I'm having a little 4 p.m. relaxation sesh in bed, and I was reading and then I was just doing a little bit of writing, and I wanted to talk about living beautifully and living a beautiful life. Do you like how my hair's like this? Because I feel like I want to do more like lists, roundups of ways that I elevate my daily life that you don't have to spend money on, or at least you don't have to spend a lot of money on, that are just very like attainable for everyone and simple key elevations to living beautifully. So I made a list of 10. Let me know if you like this and I'll like do it more, but I just think it's important to talk about because it's like, I feel like we're just constantly inundated by like, buy this to up level or do this thing that's like really time intensive and not fun to up level or like whatever. But I think living beautifully can actually be really simple. But yeah, okay, so number 1 is off socials on books. So I am a reader. I've been a reader since I was like in junior high, and I definitely go through phases with reading, but I usually average like a book a week or so, and I just love not only what reading does for my mind, but what it does for my soul. It makes me feel, it transports me to another place, and it totally ignites my creativity and my imagination. And I just think that that is like, having a beautiful imagination is such a thing of childhood, and it's something that we lose as we grow older, and I think reading really ignites that for me, and helps me to just like curate beauty all around me, especially if I'm reading things that are beautiful. But it really inspires me. Even like this book is so cute. It's actually kind of a sexy novel, you guys, but it's called This Summer Will Be Different, and it's just really, really good. It's based in Prince Edward Island, I think. Yeah, in the summer, but it also has like fall snippets. It's really good, and I just think reading is so enhancing. The next one is photo albums. I create a photo album every single year. I've done it since Blake and I moved here, and it's so special. And I think with that, yes, it's like having those photo albums, but it's also gets me taking photos. Like I take photos of everything now, and I think it just helps me to see beauty in the ordinary, and then like you're left with like a really beautiful roundup of your life. So yeah, I think having a creative hobby really helps you to live beautifully. So whatever that is, like for Blake, I even see him doing it right now. It's making coffee. For me, it's baking sourdough. And it's being in the kitchen. But really it's like, it's sourdough for me. Because sourdough is like cooking for me, we're cooking to eat. I mean, like, I believe that food is love, food is art, whatever, but like we are cooking to eat. Sourdough feels deeper than that for me. It's very therapeutic. The next one is working out in the morning. This is specific and this isn't gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but for me, it's working out in the morning before I even leave my place, before I start my day, doing a really low impact 30 minutes of movement and breathing helps me to release anxiety, energize my spirit, get grounded before I start my day. Then it's not this big thing like, oh, when am I gonna work out? Or, oh, I have to go to this workout class. It's just like, it's done. And it's such a great way to start the day. I really, really, truly love it. It changed my life. Next is having fresh flowers around. Again, like this does not have to be a major investment. Trader Joe's has the best flowers. And when your flowers start going bad, put them in the fridge so that you have a little flower situation when you open your fridge. Beauty in unexpected places, I think, is also an element of living beautifully. And I think that's something that my friend Deb has taught me, because she has little corners of her home that are just so beautiful that you would never expect. And it inspires me. So I think another thing is smelling nice. When I smell good, I feel good. For some people it's having makeup done. For some people it's having their hair done. For me, it's like smelling good and having a cute outfit on. And I guess those two kind of go together, but it just makes me feel so good. So right now I'm loving just plain old amber oil from Whole Foods. I just think it smells so good. And it's really simple and delicious. And I also love this vanilla bean body butter that I get at the Iowa City Farmers Market that does not smell like vanilla. Like vanilla can either be so luxe or so gross. And this is so luxurious and good. Next is having candles going and having music on in your space when you're home. Whether it's tea light candles or whatever. Right now I'm burning the Net Another Life candle, which I told you guys about, and then I also have a tea light candle on. And it just feels so good, and I even just have like 432 hertz going. And it's so calming, and it's just nice to have that tune going in the background. Number 8 is waking up and putting your space to sleep. So waking up the space is creating a fresh energy when you wake up in the morning. So for me, it's like using some sort of a really zesty, fresh, citrusy essential oil in my diffuser, lighting some candles, turning on my Hertz music, opening all of the blinds, making my bed, watering the plants, unloading the dishwasher. That's like my wake up routine. My putting to sleep routine is shutting the blinds, turning down the bed, low lighting after dinner, devices on airplane mode, and then we have our Wi-Fi so that it turns off while we're sleeping. That's just automatic. What else do I do when I'm turning down the space? Really, that's like the major things. Oh, well, obviously like closing the kitchen. So cleaning up after every meal, starting the dishwasher, vacuuming, making sure the counters are clean, and not just clean from grime and dirt, but also clean from like any sort of clutter or anything like that. So I think waking up and putting your house to bed is really important. Getting to know your local shopkeepers, baristas, cashiers, all of the things, I think is such an elevated way of living. And I think it's an element of living beautifully because you cultivate community wherever you go. So I love the fact that I know my baristas, and that when I walk into shops, I'm like, hi again. Like I know these people. I shop with them. I'm a regular. I'm consistent. That's my final one, is consistency. I think consistency is so beautiful. Whether you're a consistent letter writer when you want to thank someone for something, whether you're a consistent, like even you send a newsletter consistently, or you Reach out to friends consistently. I think people who are consistent are really, really beautiful and really elevated. I think it's a really classy way of being, is being consistent in everything positive that you do. So those are my top 10 tips right now on living a beautiful life. I hope that was kind of helpful. That was kind of fun to go through. And I feel like it's just a little bit different than just like sitting and chatting with you guys, like giving some tactical takeaways. But I'm gonna see what time it is because I don't even know. I've just been lost in the sauce in my book. And then we're gonna get started on dinner. Blake, do we still want to grill or is it too hot and should we just do it inside?
I totally forgot about that. What are we making?
We have the chicken thighs that are in the marinade. What do you think? I marinated chicken thighs last night. I know. I know. Hello. I'm currently cooking. Blake is making chicken thighs on the grill. Right now I'm making some sauteed mushrooms and then we have some fries and some corn. Kind of random, but also kind of good. I'm receiving a call from my mom. Hello you guys and happy Sunday evening. One of you guys asked me to go through and talk wedding registry items that I already have, and if I didn't have, I would be registering for them. And I thought that was a brilliant idea. So I took some notes in my little croissant journal and I thought I would go through. I'm kind of gonna rapid fire it, but I'm also gonna like grab stuff. I really wanna keep it candid. I thought about like putting everything out and then like walking through it, but I don't really want to do it that way. So I have everything written down so that we can maintain some rhyme and reason, but like I think that it'd be fun to just kind of go through. Okay, so number one registry item that if I didn't have, I would be asking for is a bunch of Le Creuset. So we have a Dutch oven. I use it all the time, like pretty much every day. If you bake sourdough, I highly recommend getting the Le Creuset bread oven. It is so amazing, so worth it. So I love that. And those are actually both gifts from Blake's mom. I think they're just a great gift in general. This is the best Le Creuset ever. It is like casserole dish. I hate the word casserole, but it's like a dish, but then the lid to the dish is a tray. So this is a really, really great Le Creuset piece. And I find myself using that all the time as well. And what I like about Le Creuset, you guys, is I feel like it's just really timeless and elegant. And then final one that I think is like a necessity is just like a smaller pan or a smaller dish. So Le Creuset for sure. Next, coffee machine. If you make coffee at home, I think a coffee machine is a great thing to register for. But like, what's our machine called? The Breville Barista Touch.
Yeah.
We really like that one. It's good for us. Like, do you feel like it's good for like your level of coffee making, or are you fiending for something a little bit more?
No, I think if you're like relatively entry level, you want something aesthetic, but you want it all in one, I would say any of the Breville coffee machines.
Yeah.
They're just, honestly, even the Express is really good. You don't have to get what we have.
They're just easy. They do a good job. And they're not too complicated. Next is like everyday elevated plates and dinner stuff. We have the Villeroy Bach collection. I think it's called the Artisana collection. And I think it's really, really beautiful because like you can kind of see how there's like a wide bowl and it's all this creamy white color, and then there's the plates, and then there's a smaller plate and the bowl. But that's like a really lovely collection. I really love it, and I just think a really good quality. It doesn't have to be China, but elevated everyday wear is great, along with flatware, which is actually on our registry because I don't love our flatware. We've had it since we moved in together, and it's just like something that we haven't updated yet. A KitchenAid. Ours is in there. We have the KitchenAid. I think it's the Pro. It's the bigger one. We keep it in our closet because it's huge. Ours is bright red, which I love. I think it's so classic. It reminds me of like Nancy Meyers vibes. And I just think it's really nice to have on hand, and it's kind of a forever piece. Like you never really have to rebuy one, which is nice. I put a Vitamix on here. It's kind of lame. We have a Vitamix, we never use it. If you think you would use it, it's a good thing to register for, but yeah. It's definitely not like too exciting. And whereas I think a KitchenAid has a little bit more spunk. It's like very wedding-y. Rydell wine glasses, which I really love. We have our wine glasses over there, and Waterford whiskey glasses. And if you want to like get really elevated with it, go for like a bunch of different variations. Like go for some Waterford martini glasses, some Waterford whiskey, a Waterford decanter, stuff like that. And then a good wooden bowl for salads. Blake's mom is always gifting us kitchen stuff, and so she gave us this one that I love and I use every day. So I think that's a great thing. And then also good like ceramic bowls, like all of my bread bowls and stuff are French ceramic, and I love those. A great cutting board, like a boost board, is a great option, but just like really good cutting boards. Like I love the cutting boards that we have. They're just good quality everyday cutting boards. A knife set. So the knives that we have, Blake actually did the research behind, and they're the Mercer knives. And I personally love them. They're definitely like not like insanely expensive or anything, but they are phenomenal. Like I just think they're really, really well made. And they're easy to sharpen. We don't have a ton of knives, and I like it that way. Like we were very selective about the knives that we got, because like I always grew up with a knife set, and I just always felt like that was like kind of pointless. So we have one like larger chef's knife, another, oh fuck, my camera's dying. Another like kind of like big chef knife. I'll show you. We have these two. And then we have 6 steak knives and a bread knife. And that's all we ever use. And then really good scissors. Cutco scissors are the best. Okay, I'm gonna rapid fire the rest. A sous vide is nice to have on hand if you just want to put it on your registry. All clad pans. I recommend one nonstick and then a set of stainless steel. That's what we have. Crystal vases for flowers. And I would actually do one vintage French like vase type deal from Elsie Green, and then some crystal from like, I can honestly DM me and I can send you the crystal that I love. Olive oil, like I would do like artisan local olive oil. So like if you're Chicago, get like a whole lineup from Old Town Oil. I'm saying like 10 different olive oils. And then the Spice House in Chicago, do spices from there. Like Blake was saying, like a really great spice set I think could be a really cool gift. A Sonos system. We have a Sonos system through our whole place. We have like 3 or 4 speakers in here, and I love it. We use it every day. And then finally, sorry, I'm rapid firing because my camera's literally flashing. Towels. We have parachute towels. I like them, but my mom has ones that are, oh, also not towels, bath sheets. Don't get towels, do bath sheets. It's night and day. The parachute ones are really good, but my mom has ones from RH that are the RH bath sheets, and they're the best. She has them in Palm Beach, and like I will be getting those. I'm not gonna put them on our registry just because I don't feel the need to register for it, but yeah, those are great. Okay, sorry, this was rapid fire, but I hope this was helpful. It was kind of fun. On that note, I'm gonna end the vlog before my camera dies because I wanna get this up. I feel like I'm on the countdown. It's like frickin' 4 minutes, hey. You know that song, Blake? Anyways, okay, love you guys, bye.